What's up, world? Welcome to the channel. I thought today I'd do a quick video on what I currently have done to the Genesis Coupe. So first things first, in my last video you guys saw I got some new wheels in, so you know I've got to show you those first. Let's go back here to these. God damn, they look good. I like how you can see the brakes so well. And I'll get a lot better shots of these. I've got a really cool edit that I'm working on right now. Some drive-by footage of them moving. But I wanted to show you guys the wheels I just put on. Ooh, look at that profile. Staggered setup looks really good. Really happy with the fitment. Look how flush that tire, just right on the body line. Oh God. Loving the wheels. Alright, now on to some fun stuff. The power mods. Okay, so starting at the front. K&N Typhoon short ram intake. The dyno chart's put out by this. It actually came with the dyno chart. 10 wheel horsepower, and it was noticeable when I put it on the car. Has a really nice induction sound. More responsive, more torque, just a little boost. It was noticeable. I also have done a throttle body spacer. I sent my throttle body off to maxbore.com out of Florida, and they ported it out from 76 millimeters to 80 millimeters, I believe. They also ported my throttle body spacer and my plenum intake. A bored and polished throttle body was dynoed, and I think it was 16.9 wheel horsepower, so very significant. That's a lot of power, 16 horsepower. Shade under 17. Next thing I did, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, maybe. Come on, camera. Right in there. That little split. That is a phenolic gasket, and what that does is keeps heat from transferring from the block up to your intake. So when your intake air stays cooler, the car, it's denser air, and you're gonna make more horsepower. So you want those intake temperatures as cool as possible. Also did pulleys, lightweight pulleys, alternator, water, and crankshaft pulleys. ECU tune. ECU tune, changed all my maps, air fuel, designed for the next performance mod that I'm going to tell you about, the headers. I've also got a video posted on these. You guys need to go peep that if you haven't. They look like they're straight off a hot rod. Love them. Sound great. What else? Exhaust, and I may be forgetting something, but if I am, we'll come back to it. So in the interior, first thing you're going to notice is that beautiful Sparco 383 wheel wrapped in Alcantara. And you see Alcantara and you think, hey, that looks cool, I bet it feels really nice. Something you don't realize is how good it smells. It smells incredible. It has this really unique smell to it. So after I installed this, my interior started smelling like Alcantara, which is always a great side effect. It's a 330 millimeter wheel, and I didn't realize this until I got it in my hands, but it has these really subtle cuts in it that are nice, that fit your hand on the side of it. Great wheel. Something that I've tried to do with this is improve all my driver inputs. So you can see here, shifter, wheel. Soon I'm going to do seats. I'm going to do some Sparco seats, probably Alcantara. even though I will be paying for that. They're not cheap, wrapped in Alcantara. I've also got a TWM short shifter and a TWM weighted forged shift knob, which is really heavy for its size, so it helps it fall into gear a little bit better. The short shifter reduced the throw by about 30%. Able to shift a lot quicker now. Driving behind me, you would probably think this is like a double clutch gearbox or something like that. I mean, I can effortlessly shift this thing in a blink of an eye. It's really nice, makes it a lot of fun to drive. What else in here? Ooh, this is new as well. I don't think I've shown you this. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but after I removed my back seat for weight reduction, I installed a blood type racing rear seat delete. You guys saw that in the video the other day. That turned out awesome. I know it's hard to see, but it turned out great. It looks really clean back here. Along with the Sparco wheel, I've got the NRG 3.0 quick release, which actually looks like paddle shifters. It's pretty cool. I've got some good grips on here, so I can pop my steering wheel right off because race car. Yes. That pretty much sums up the interior. I don't think I left anything out in there. So the wheels, tires, all the performance mods I told you about under there, short shifter, steering wheel, rear seat delete, and Eibach Pro Kit springs. They dropped the car about 1.25 inches, and I really like how it sits now. Not too low, doesn't rub at all. You can see that the fender gap is perfect. I don't like, I mean, to each their own. Look at that fender gap, it's so perfect. To each their own. I don't love the crazy stance look. Look at that wheel, that depth. Ooh, Lord. Really happy with the wheels. Yeah, I don't love the stance look, the overly cambered approach. It's not good for performance, tire wear. I don't like how it looks. That's just a thing I'm not into. I like my car to function well. Those guys couldn't take a turn to save their life. But to each their own, not gonna hate. That's pretty much how the Genesis Coupe sits currently. Still have some other things I want to do to it. Really happy with how it's set up now. Makes a lot of power, goes around turns well, stops on a dime. Could take it to a track and be very competitive as it sits. Something I realized I didn't talk about was how much power my car makes at this point. There's a car similar to mine on a Genesis Coupe forum. He doesn't quite have all the modifications I have done, and he's making about 335 wheel horsepower. He doesn't have an intake. He doesn't have full exhaust. There's a couple things. He doesn't have headers. So there's some substantial things he hasn't done that I have. So I'd like to think my car is about 350, 360 wheel horsepower. So 420, 430 crank, which I'm really happy with, and it feels like it. Something else I want to mention is all the weight savings I've been doing lately, very noticeable. You're always working on that power to weight ratio to make your car faster. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't really, might think, oh, it doesn't really matter. Huge. When I took those old wheels off and put the new ones on, the first time I let the clutch out, I could feel the car leave easier. It's ready to jump when I step on the throttle. It's noticeable. Every time you take weight out of the car, it gets a little quicker, and all that weight adds up. So take as much weight as you can out of your car. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you liked what you saw. You guys have a good one. Thanks.